everybody. Today I'm going to review my collection, parts that I now know more information about, and I also got some new things as everybody can see. Now let's review, starting off with this. This is my East German officer border guards Grimstrippen uniform. Originally it came out without the bars, so I ordered some bars and they came. So these are East German bars that were never used with this tunic. So as you can see, I got off a drill sergeant's cap. This was my first one. It's old. I used to wear it everywhere I used to go. I also have this one. This is my secondary one. It's my favorite one because I take a lot of care of it. And I wear it sometimes, but not all over the place like I used to. But now let's get on with my newer one. This one, those were drill sergeants, as you can see by the black band. This one's an officer's. See? How it has the brace right here. Right here. And the cockade's bigger. And it's been through a rough thing whenever I got it. It was actually pretty messy. And the inside of it, like, rotted away. I think whoever had this before me put it in like a storage unit or something, and it just was exposed to the elements. So the stuff inside of it was rotting or something. So I replaced it with paper towels, if you can look in there. So that's why it has a good shape, but it looks kind of messy still. Anyways, let's move on to my next uniform that's down here. This is my East German Air Force officer's uniform. Both the caps are drill sergeants. This one is for actually the officers who would fly in planes with the wings and the propeller. As you can see, all my hats say NVA inside. That stands for National People's Army, or National Volksarmee. And it has a size number too. And here's a ground force one, also a drill sergeant. Doesn't have a newspaper though. Most of them have newspapers, but they're all in German. So yeah, you can also see here, it came like this whenever I got it. These things, the tabs on the shoulders, were in the pockets down here. Alright, now let's move on to these little flags that are right here. This is a West German Bundeswehr flag. It was used on officer cars. It's tiny, and as everybody can see, it's a triangle shape, and it has the modern day colors of the Weimar eagle. So yeah, that's that. And this one is also a West German little flag, triangle shape. It's a German state, and whenever you flip it around, it changes. And you can see it's from dirty, it's old. But it's from West Germany. Now let's move on to the belts. This one was my first belt. It's a West German belt, and it was a dress belt. This was my second one. It's an East German Army belt. They're both black leather, as you can see, and steel or shiny metal belt buckles. That's West Germany, East Germany. This is an East German battle belt that they wear with camo. And this is a West German Bundeswehr belt. They actually still wear this belt today. Alright, next, we will move on to this uniform right here. Alright, so this is my drill sergeant, East German artillery sergeant uniform. You can tell by the red on the uniform. I also had a sports badge. Originally, it didn't have this sports badge here that says DDR because I just came with this and these weren't even on it. They were in the pockets, so I put it on there. And this, I got this because I thought it would look good with it. And this is what's inside of this cap. It's a drill sergeant as well. But as you can see on the inside, it's different than the others, and it doesn't have a newspaper. It's not a reproduction. It's just, I think the original thing was ripped out, so they replaced it. And this is a different kind of leather than all the other ones. This is an older cap. Alright, so now let's move on to my East German soldier/officer's uniform. It has the shoulder pads as an officer, 3 stars. You can see the hat. Inside the hat, it's the classic cheap look. You can see made in Germany up there. Newspapers, German, NVA, like all the other ones. And it's an officer because the braiding, like I said with this one. And the collar closes. The other ones the collar does not close on any of my other uniforms. So, yeah. And this design right here, whenever the No-No Germans took over, they got rid of this design with the rank pads down here on the collar, but the East German government brought it back. So, yeah, it has a very Prussian look. Talking about that Prussian look, now let's move on to my one of my newer things, besides that cap. We already reviewed it. This is my new civil, East German civil defense tunic. It's a dress tunic, so that way it looks different than my others. It's like a trench coat, and I can actually wear it places too. It has no insignia or no ranks at all. It was probably never used. And I didn't have a cap to go with it, so I just put an East German winter hat, and I know what everybody's gonna say. Grim Paint, that looks like Russia. Well, you're kind of right. Same design, same kind of hat, but it's German. See? NVA, National People's Army. All this stuff is original, by the way. All of it was made in Europe, in Germany. So, this was probably never used, but it was for the civil defense. You can tell because the purple color around the collar. Alright, that's another one of my newer things. Now let's move on to my tunic. Like my other ones, it's a field gray, but it was never used. This one. So yeah, has the basic design, has no insignia, it's just a jacket. I could also wear this one if I want. Has nice looking pockets, nice buttons. The hat I put with it is the one where this broke sadly, but as you can see, has the basic inside. NVA has a size, leather. So yeah, this one's just a normal drill sergeant one for the Army. This one's a drill sergeant for the Army. These two blue ones are Air Force, and this is those are East German drill sergeant, except for the bottom one. That one's an officer, and this one's just an officer. This one's probably an officer, judging by the cockade, how big it is. So probably an officer. Alright, now let's move on to the medals and the helmets. I mean, hats and helmets, sorry. Let's review this. This is a Hindenburg Cross. It was given as a thank you medal to World War I German soldiers and officers. As you can see, the ribbon has the old imperial colors of black, white, and red, just like the flag. And yeah, it was given to soldiers as like a thank you medal. Now let's review my belt buckle. This is actually an original from World War I. I got it for a good price. It says God mit uns, that means God with us. Has the imperial crown standing for the monarchy. And the inner mechanism is pretty much the same as the West German one, just smaller. And this, as you can see right here, this is a little tiny East German flag. And this is older East German flag, but it's also kind of small, so I wanted to lay all the medals and trinket stuff on them because it looks cool. Alright, now let's move on to these. This is a normal officer rank right here for the tabs. These are collar tabs. Whoops. These are collar tabs. I don't think they were ever used, but I got them and they look pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to use them on, but it'll be something. Alright, these are rare right here. These are East German general collar tabs. They were never used, never given, but they were made, so I have them, and has that old imperial kind of look. The red and gold. Alright, this just came with this. I don't know what it means. It's like some kind of pipe thing. So, comment down below what this thing is. But it's a part of my collection because it came with the hat and it's German. East German. Alright, and let's move on to the Iron Crosses, which are up here. This is a new Iron Cross I just got. It was actually made in Germany. It's an original 2008 Afghanistan one. And yeah, it was never used. Everyone, it's me, Grim Paint. I'm here. This is probably going to be a part of the video. I forgot to
bring my Imperial German wound badge. I missed it. I guess I just didn't see it or something. So, anyways, here it is. All you collectors can see if, oh gosh darn, focus. There we go. It's an original. It's in black. They were issued at the end of the war, 1917, 1918. It was approved by the Kaiser, and I managed to get my hands on one from a museum. You can see it's all scratched and stuff. It's really good, and the pin on the back is still sharp. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll try to get this added in the video. But yeah, this is my wound badge.
Alright, now let's move on to my East German button that I got. This button, it came with one of these uniforms down here, but I couldn't find a point where I could put it, so it's just up here with all my trinkets. Now let's move on to this one. This is a remake of an Iron Cross First Class from World War I. It's, you can see the paint kind of coming off. It wasn't made in China. I think either it was made in Germany or Poland. But anyway, it came from one of those places, so I included it in my collection, even though it's kind of a little, as you can see, kind of funny. I'm trying to get this back in there. There we go. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. I usually just leave this one just resting. I usually don't mess with it a lot. As you can see, it says 1914. Has a W on it for the Kaiser's first initial, the crown for monarchy. And speaking about also this one, I forgot to talk about this one's symbols on it. If you look closely, you can see the Federal Eagle that's used today. And on the bottom, it says 2008, whenever they helped us out with Afghanistan in the Middle East. So, yeah. This is a modern version of an Iron Cross. First class. Alright, now let's move on to my cockades. These are all East German. You can tell that this one's missing its cockade is right here. I'll talk about it in a little bit. It just came out. But yeah, these are old and some of them can still be used. Sadly, this one can't, and this one can't. As you can see, the back is broken. This one's okay, and this one's okay, except for the cockade on this one's all broken and scratched. And this is just the modern day German flag that I got. It's a pin. Alright, let's move on to my other big cockades. These are all officer cockades, except for this one, I think. I think this one's a West German cockade. It has the modern day German eagle on it. It could still be wearable on a cap. And most of these can still be wearable, except for some of them. Like this one, you can see the back of the sharp part broke with this one. You can see this one. Same thing, just a different side. I think this one could be worn still. Yeah, it can. This is one of my newer ones. In fact, one of these actually broke off of this cap. It just came off, so I had it replaced with a new one. It was never used. I forgot to tell all of you that. And this right here is my American German flag pin. Alright, now let's move on to the smaller trinkets. Actually, to this one first. This is a German Air Force cockade. You can see the wings. They were used during World War I and World War II. So this one was never, I think it was used or it was never used. I don't know which, but I got it from a museum. Same thing with the Hindenburg Cross, got it from a museum as well. And yeah, it's in good condition. And these things, if you're wondering, these are both fireman badges for the East German fire department. They would also wear caps like this. We'll talk about this cap in a little bit. But yeah, these are both badges. Sadly, this broke off and I can't put it back, the red thing, because it's cheap. East German stuff is usually cheap. Anyway, here's the small East German cockade. You can see it has the symbol that most of my cockades have, because most of them are Eastern German. And this one is a World War I original. This is, like I said, all this is original. I don't even know why I say original. But this one, it has seen some things. You can tell, if it'll focus, it has some tears in the cotton or wool, whatever that red stuff is. and a dent right here. Anyway, if it was used in probably in the middle of a war. So, all right, now let's move on to the headwear over here. The headwear, I want to start out. I don't want to start out with this thing. I want to save this till after because it's cool. Let's start out with this, like we talked about just earlier. So this is a officer of the fire department. It's a East German one. I think it says Berlin inside, so I think it was probably made in Berlin. But it has a West German cockade, though. So, yeah, this is a fireman cap, visor cap. It's an officer. This is a drill sergeant, East German cap. And as you can see, it has a West German cockade. This was a really rare thing that they did. It was like a ceremony that the East German military had whenever they went into the West German army. They still wore these uniforms and hats for a little bit. Has the same things inside: newspaper, NVA, National People's Army, size, and yeah. Drill sergeant. All right, let me put this down here so that way we can move on to this one. This one is an East German naval cap, but it has the same kind of cockade as here, the Imperial cockade, black, white, red. I don't know if it's real, but I think that somebody either did this to make it look World War I-ish or something. So I don't think it's a reproduction. I feel like somebody had a good excuse for replacing the East German cockade with the hammer and compass with the black, white, and red colors. But anyways, it's still an East German hat. See? NVA, National People's Army, size, the anchors. It's a naval cap. Alright, now let's move on to the most important thing that I just got the other day, actually. This is my West German Federal Border Service Stahlhelm. It's an M40 model. You can tell it's West German because it's green. It's not gray, and it doesn't have any decals, and it doesn't have any World War II symbolism. And you can tell by these are really shiny as well. So I don't think that this hasn't been used since, like, I have no idea. But they did wear these for a little bit for the West German Border Service, so yeah, an M40 Stahlhelm. I finally got my hands on a good one. As you can see, it has some damage, probably from shipping and all that stuff, some dents. It doesn't have any holes in it, thankfully, except for these. These are breathing holes. It's in all Stahlhelms. So, yeah. You can see how it's green, so. Oh wait, let me show everybody the inside. Here's what's inside. Has a size number, and yeah, it's West German. All right, now let's move on to the flags. The first flag we're going to start with is my West German flag. It's also the modern day flag as well. It's long, and it's black, red, and gold, the modern day colors. I just got it because, well, it would make the collection look cool. I could say the same for these other flags too. Anyway, speaking of, I already talked about my small East German flags. Here's my big one laid out on the wall. I think this one's a 1987 model, I think. I need to look back on these. I will soon. But yeah, this is a big flag. It's not as big as my other ones. It's about the same size as this Kaiser one over there. But yeah. Pretty cool. Hammer and compass in the center, just like all the cockades. Anyways, now let's move on to this flag over here. I don't know if it was made in East Germany or West Germany, but I do know it's a German flag that was made in Germany, and it's a remake of the Kaiser flag. Kaiserreich's Kriegsflagge, as they call it. So, yeah, it has the Prussian eagle, Iron Cross, black, white, red tricolor, and the Nordic cross for the naval look. It actually looked really similar to the British at one time. So, but the Kaiser Wilhelm II, had it changed to make it look different. They added an eagle on it, and they made the stripes bigger. And it has that kind of lines. Anyways, that's the West or East German Cold War made Kaiserreich flag. Kaiserreich Kriegsflagge. Now let's go to my original World War I Reichskriegsflagge. I wanted to use this one for last, as usual, because as it stains, it has the tears. I'm trying to look for the tears. They're kind of small. This thing survived through a long time. So, it's old. I take good care of it. I leave the stains on it to remind people that this is actual historical flag. You can see the Prussian eagle, the black, white, red tricolor with the Iron Cross, and it's the Kaiser Kriegsflagge. You can see the more stains over here, probably dirt stains, but yeah, these it's a really cool flag. I really like it. I really take care of it, and I try to take it places if I can, because it's pretty cool, and I like to teach people about it. So, but yeah, this was my collection. I will give everybody an update from this. I will, if I get something new, or if I just get something cooler. Like, I'll do a review on a Stahlhelm all by itself. Excuse me. Anyways, everybody, you all have a good day or night wherever you are. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe and comment if I did anything wrong at all. I did my best to talk right. There's a lot of stuttering because I'm trying to say stuff right. So, anyways, guys, peace. And auf Wiedersehen.